Okay, today we're going to go over the concept of polynomials. A polynomial is a combination of terms of the form ax to the power n. And I'll give some examples in a little bit so it'll make sense. A is a number. N has to be a whole number, like 1 or 2 or even 0, 3, 4, etc. A can be any real number, and x is a variable, x is a letter. For example, 2x to the power 6. In this case, n is 6 and a is 2. Okay, n is an exponent and a is called coefficient. So that's a coefficient and that's an exponent. Okay, so let's write this down. This is a coefficient. This n here is an exponent. X is a variable and we can pick any letter to be the variable. So I'm going to rewrite this example, 2a to the power 6. In this example, the variable is a. So when you combine a few of these and you put pluses and minuses between them, that's called a polynomial. For example, 6x cubed minus 4x squared plus 9x minus 11, that's a polynomial. And each of these groups here is a term. So this is a term, this is a term, 9x is a term, and this is also a term. So this polynomial has 4 terms. 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. Here's another example. 2x to the 4th plus 3x minus 8. This is also a polynomial with 3 terms. In this term here, 8 is still of this form, ax to the power n. For 8, n is 0, x to the power 0 is 1, and a is 8. So this is like writing 8x to the power 0, but you don't have to write x to the power 0, because x to the power 0 is 1. So 8x to the power 0, that's what 8 is. Here's another example. 6x minus 9. Here's another example. Minus 4x cubed. So all of these are polynomials, and that's what a polynomial is. The degree of a polynomial is the highest exponent in the polynomial. For example, the degree of this polynomial here is 3. The degree of this polynomial is 1 because x to the power 1 is like x. So here the degree is 1. And for this polynomial here, the degree is 4. It's not always the first, but it's the highest. For this polynomial, the highest degree is, the highest exponent is 3. So the degree is 3. That's what degree is. The leading coefficient is the coefficient of the term with the degree. So here, the leading coefficient is 6. Here, the leading coefficient is 2. And here it's 6. I don't want these examples to be misleading, but if you have an example like this, like 6x minus 2x to the 5th plus 4x squared minus 11, well, here the degree is 5, so the leading coefficient is minus 2. The degree is 5 and the leading coefficient is minus 2. Next, we're going to discuss the types of polynomials. We have monomials, binomials, trinomials, etc. A monomial is a polynomial with 1 term. A monomial is a polynomial with 1 term only, so 1 group. A binomial has 2 terms and a trinomial has 3 terms. Those are the prefixes mono, bi, no, and trinomial. Okay. In these examples from earlier, example 4 would be a monomial. 6x minus 9 would be a binomial. And 2x to the 4 plus 3x minus 8 is a trinomial. Next, addition and subtraction of polynomials. When you're adding or subtracting polynomials, a lot of times they'll be given like this, in parentheses, with a plus between the parentheses or a minus. If there is a plus between the parentheses, you can just remove the parentheses. But if there's a minus, then we must change the sign of every term inside the second pair of parentheses. So the first step is to remove the parentheses. Okay, in this example here, we have a plus between the parentheses, so we can just remove them. And then when we remove them, we're going to end up with 6x cubed minus 7x squared plus or minus 2x plus 5 plus 4x cubed minus 2x squared minus 6x plus 1. That's minus 2x. Next, we need to combine like terms. Okay, 6x cubed and 4x cubed are terms that have the same letter and the same exponent, so they're called like terms. We can combine them, and what that means, add them or subtract them. In this case, it's 6x cubed plus 4x cubed, so we're going to add those two terms. That gives us 10x cubed. Negative 7x squared minus 2x squared, they're like terms. When you add minus 7 to minus 2, you end up with minus 9x squared. Minus 2x minus 6x is minus 8x, and plus 5 plus 1 is plus 6. Make sure you don't have any more like terms left. In this example here, we have a subtraction. So we leave the first polynomial alone, 7x squared plus 2x plus 5. But the second one has a minus in front of it. So we change the sign of each of these terms. This will be minus 2x squared minus 8x minus 9. And then we will combine like terms. So 7x squared minus 2x squared are like terms. When you subtract them, that gives you 5x squared. 2x minus 8x is minus 6x. And I usually underline them after I use them. Plus 5 minus 9 is minus 4. No more like terms, so this is done. In this example here, the first polynomial, I'm going to rewrite here. But the second polynomial has a minus in front of it. So I'm going to change the sign of each of these terms inside. This becomes plus, plus, minus, minus. So it's plus 5x cubed plus 6x squared minus 4x minus 2. And now I'm going to combine the like terms. Okay, 12x cubed plus 5x cubed, that's 17x cubed. 8x squared plus 6x squared is plus 14x squared. Minus 7x minus 4x is minus 11x. Plus 10 minus 2 is plus 8. No more like terms. This is done.